This week's US CQM Forecast Alert is: why did the gap between CQM and PCA forecast widen in 2024 Q3? Various important monthly economic indicators were released this week. In particular, retail sales and industrial production index had the biggest impact on the CQM and PCA forecast, which differed significantly from their earlier forecasts. The economic growth rate on the expenditure side has been revised upward by 0.58% to 2.51%. Meanwhile, that on the income side has been revised upward by only 0.04% to 1.55%. As a better measurement of economic growth, the average economic growth rate of both the expenditure and income sides is projected to be 2.03%. Inflation remained subdued, with all inflation measures forecast to grow at below 2%, but there is some concern over the gradual upward trend since mid-July. The PCA revised down the economic growth rate by 1.16% from 2.31% to 1.15%, reflecting a decline in the July IP to minus 0.64%, well below the earlier forecast of 0.29% growth. On the expenditure side, retail sales increased significantly by 0.97% in July, which led to a large upward revision of personal consumption expenditures by 86 billion. This resulted in a large upward revision of the economic growth rate on the expenditure side. On the income side, the effect of retail sales and IP offset each other, and the total of non-farm proprietors' income and corporate profit increased by only about 10 billion. Furthermore, due to an upward revision of the GDP price deflator, the economic growth rate on the income side was revised upward by a small amount of 0.04% from 1.51% to 1.55%. The main reason for PCA's downward revision to economic growth is that the industrial production index fell 0.64% in July, well below the earlier forecast of a 0.29% increase. Conclusion from this week's US CQM Forecast Alert: the first, July retail sales and IP updates led to a widening gap between CQM and PCA forecasts. The second, inflation remained below 2%, but there is some concern that it has been showing a gradual upward trend since the beginning of July. There is no CQM forecast for next week, as there are no monthly economic indicators influencing the CQM forecast. This slide contains additional information about this week's detailed CQM forecast.